Hello folks, well I've finally got to the bit where I'm taking the last section of roof off. You see behind me, there's quite a lot done along there. Backward camera work, and I've just started taking slates off the front. I'll turn you around and show you. Yeah, so there's the last bit of roof, original roof remaining. I've taken that many slates off, but it's getting pretty precarious up there with the roof ladder now. So my plan is to do a controlled demolition, which will involve cutting these floor joists out. There's only 3 left. Once they're cut out, I'll go up on the scaffold, and from above I'll cut through all of those rafters up here, hopefully. And then I think the whole thing should just hinge down from the back and come into this space, and I'll just clear it up. Hopefully not losing too many slates in the process, but it's just getting impossible to get them off now. It's too wobbly up there, and I'm not risking another fall. So, watch this space. The roof.
Very good. Is that how you wanted it?
Precisely as planned. Well, I spent yesterday getting the rest of the roof down and putting the wall plates up. You see that wall plate up on that top of that steel on the blockwork, and this one round here, it's hanging in mid-air over the old doorway, but I'll block that up in good time. And the most recent thing I've done this morning is cutting this lintel out, which is the one that used to be above this doorway on the outside. It's timber. It's a 9 by 12, enormous great lump of wood. What I've got to replace that, rather than a steel, is catnic lintel. If I turn that up, I won't do it one-handed. It'll go in that way round, and then the plan is that I'm going to sit a piece of wood in this, on this step, so that'll be about 8 by 3, and we'll do that in either oak or ash, so that when it goes up there, I'll carve the front face of it, and then there'll be stonework above that meets the roof. But then I'm going to carve, well, I just probably carved Ladyfield into it, and maybe the dates the barn was built and the date that we've restored it, maybe be a bit of a nice touch. So my next job is to get that lintel up there. And my scaffold's in the way a bit now, so I just got to figure out how I'm going to do that, but no doubt we will. That was easier than I thought. Hello folks, bit of a wet morning today. Just heavy drizzle, just enough to get you soaked. Got the rest of the floor joists up yesterday. See this doubled one here, you can see just above my head. That's the last one, and then this section here is going to be open to the roof all the way, so that there'll be a wall go up off that, and that will form the end of the floor upstairs. But what I wanted to show you this morning, one of the reasons I was a little bit it was a shame to have to knock the roof down when I did, because it was a spring. It is a spring, early summer, and the swallows always nest in the roof of this bar. There've been loads of nests in here, and I guess they've probably been doing it for a couple of 100 years, and I was going to knock it down so they'd have nowhere to nest. I was hoping they might go in the big metal shed, but it doesn't appear to have. However, there was, as a nest has been built since the new bit's been on. In fact, the first bit I did, within a week or so, they started building a nest, and I think the birds are just about ready to fledge. Now, I'll show you a picture of them. I'll try and creep through Oh, that's the mother just flew out. I'll try, hopefully I'll zoom in and it'll be... There they are, just sitting there, waiting to go. Not a very good picture, I know, but... Try and get a little bit closer. There they are. Not going to make a wildlife photographer anytime soon, am I? They're quite cute little things, aren't they? So they built that nest inside of a week. So I'm really pleased about that. Obviously they won't be able to get in next year, but hopefully they'll have figured out that there's another building next door they can go in now, and they'll carry on the tradition. So today's job, I've got to get the ridge up, the big ridge up the top, which is going to join that ridge. That ridge is 8x2, but the piece that's going to go across here is, can you believe, 13x4. A massive bit of timber. It's this bit here, that bit that's laying down there. But obviously there's a big void because the floor joists aren't going all the way across there. So I've got to build a platform across here, so I thought the best thing I can do is build this stud wall on the end. So that's what I'm going to do today. Hopefully the rain won't stop me doing that. I can put up with a bit of drizzle. Yeah, I'll build that wall and then I can put some timbers across from this floor joist to the top of that wall. I'm just going to build it up to the level of the wall plates. And that will give me a platform to work off to get the ridge up, which you've got to sit up on that corner there at the point of that apex. And once that's up, then I can put the rest of the roof rafters in and get the thing wrapped up. I'm kind of ready for the roof to be finished now. So we'll see how that goes today. Just cutting the first bit of 4x2, which I'll bed on a bed of mortar and a damp-proof membrane on top of the blockwork. This wall, which faces the prevailing wind, gets really wet in the winter, and it's not been pointed on the outside. The pointing's really worn away. So in case I don't get to that before the bad weather comes, I'm going to put a membrane on the back of the stud-work as well, just to make sure no moisture gets through to the stud-work. So that's the plan. Haven't seen Buck for a little while. He's growing fast. He's a lovely little dog. Right, so that's me. I'll get on with this. eagle-eyed amongst you might have noticed I'm using a damp-proof course that is wider than I need. See, timber's 4-inch. We'd normally use a 4-inch damp course, which is what I've done up there on the wall plates, but I've used 6-inch here because there's a damp-proof membrane got to go down on this floor before the insulation goes down, and the drawing shows that insulation being continuous up the blockwork and over the top underneath the stud work. Well, in order to do that, I'd need to do all the damp-proof membrane before I put the walls up. I don't want to do it in that order, so the compromise is that we'll leave a 2-inch overhang on this damp-proof course, and then I'll bring the damp-proof membrane up the blockwork to there, and then lap this down over the top of it like that, and that will create a continuous damp-proof right under the stud-work. So that's the reason for using the extra wide damp course. Now once that's gone off a little bit, I'll give it an hour or something. I'll put a few fixings down into that, and then that will be ready to build off. Because I want to build the stud wall as a frame, and then lean it forward away from the wall so that I can attach the membrane behind it. So stage 1 done anyway.